Hey everybody, welcome back to another severe weather outlook video. My name is Landon, and today we will be talking about what I am predicting is going to be another severe weather outbreak. Now, it's 9 days to 10 days in advance, so everything could change, but all the models are showing that Sunday, the May 24th, Monday of May 25th, and Tuesday, May 26th, are supposed to be bad days of severe weather. Now, Sunday is not as bad. We're going to have maybe the potential of severe weather to the north, of, the northern plains, sorry. And then Tuesday, the storms will move into more of Kansas and Oklahoma, and then Wednesday will be Texas. So it'll start up north and it'll drop its way south. We will look at what everything's supposed to be like. So Cape values for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wind shear for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Up at the height in the atmosphere. So if we have high wind shear, we have highest chance for tornadoes. Lowest wind shear is lowest chance for tornadoes. We'll look at dew points and humidity. We're also going to be looking at the drought monitors. So hopefully we're going to start getting rain in the areas that need the rain. So in today, it depends. We may find out if that low pressure system makes it to become Arthur. I won't be doing anything about that, but yeah. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Also, we're going to start something new. I'm going to every day ask you guys something, an opinion about something, and for you guys to leave in the comments. I think it'll be good. So today's opinion is I want to know what you guys think about May. Do you like it? Do you hate it? So drop that down. Leave your comments down in the comment section, and I will try to get back to everybody when I can. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So first, I'm going to be showing you the simulated radar. I'm doing this early just because I want to show you where things are going to be at. Oops. Give me 1 second. I accidentally clicked something. So, that's the wrong one. But, so let's get straight into this video. Here we go. So this is at Sunday at 18 Zulu. And if you don't know what Zulu is, it's an imaginary line across the U.S. Because it's hard to predict weather with each time zone being different. So they just made Zulu where the whole U.S. is one Zulu, 18 Zulu. But then they have charts. You guys will have to go into depth on this with charts. And it'll tell you, like, at 18 Zulu, it'll be 5 p.m. in Oklahoma or Texas, but then 6 p.m. in Eastern. So I don't know if that's correct or not, but there's an example. So this is at 18 Zulu. We had those storms start to fire up in the northern plains with this low pressure system. So they start to move off. They get heavy. This is where I think we'll get that severe weather if we have any on Sunday or late Sunday night into early Monday morning up in the northern plains. This is where I think it'll happen. So then we'll go into later in the day. And also right here. And then the storms to fire up into southern Kansas, southern Missouri, and eastern Oklahoma. They get strong. I think it's going to be a line when it moves through this area right here. So they move out, rain sticks around, then we have those storms in Texas start to fire up on Tuesday. They're heavy. I think Tuesday will be our greatest chance for severe weather, and I think you'll see why here in a little while. They get big, they get strong, and they kind of weaken as they move into more central Texas. But then once they get into the Dallas area, they get strong again, and then they dissipate, and it's just mainly rain. So that's what I'm thinking is going to be our next severe weather maker. It'll be up in these areas for Sunday into early Monday, for Monday into early Tuesday, and then Tuesday into early Wednesday, even into Thursday, maybe, potentially. So now what we'll go to is the temperatures and what they're supposed to be like. So Sunday, we have a frontal boundary. You can see kind of where it's at. On this side of the boundary, on the left side of the boundary, or west side of the boundary, it's supposed to be in the 50s, but then it drops. It gets cold up in the north, and then on the east side of the boundary, it's supposed to be 70s. So that's why I'm predicting this is where it's going to be most likely severe, and it kind of stays that way into Monday at 0 Zulu. And then we get into where I'm predicting the storms will be for Kansas. It's 60s in the Kansas, 16 Kansas, in the 60s in southeast Kansas, 70s in southwest Missouri, and then up almost 70s in northeast Oklahoma. So this is the area for Monday, and then into Tuesday. I think it's supposed to be like in the 70s and 80s into Texas. So we have that good air for severe weather. We have perfect. We'll have that 80s down in Texas. So we have perfect air. Let's look at dew points and what they're supposed to be at. So dew points these days, for these days, are going to be high out in front of this boundary. So we have 70s down into Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, and then 60s up into the north. So we do have that high dew point. And if you guys don't know what dew point are, dew point is the degree at when your cup or whatever starts to drip. So once your cup hits a certain, I can't remember exactly. I think it's when water starts to form on like warm areas. So I'll have to go into depth on that. I'll have to research more about that, but dew points are going to be high for all 3 of these days in front of that boundary. So this is Monday. Dew points are still in the 70s and 60s. This is Tuesday, or this is Monday when the storms start to fire up into Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Dew points are still well up into the 60s. So we have perfect conditions for these storms to fire up and be good to live. I don't think it'll be like a huge. I think we could have like, I don't know, anywhere from maybe 5 to 10 tornadoes if we have any at all. But like I said, this is still 10 days out into the future. So now these are for Texas. Dew points are high into Texas. So we do have that in place. We do have that dew points, the temperatures, and humidity in place for these storms to brew up. Now what we'll go to is the we'll go to wind shear in these areas. So wind shear, sorry. So wind shear on, this is at the surface. I'll have to look at up aerodynamics here in a second. So this is surface. So winds at the surface are supposed to be at 18 Zulu. So when the storms are starting to fire up into these areas, actually no, we'll go one more. So storms in these areas are starting to fire up. We have 80 knots at the surface. That ain't likely. No, there's no way. 80 knots is like 150 miles an hour or something. No. So, we'll have to take a look at the wind shear into the future, because that is that's too much. We will go to Cape values for these days. Cape is unreal. We have on to Monday 5,500 joules per kilogram. And that'll remain there until the storms move out of Oklahoma and Kansas, and that'll be the same down in Texas. So, I don't want to go through it. I don't want to make this, if we go into every single time, this video will be outrageously long. So, we'll look at that. So, pretty much the same for, we'll skip ahead a little. Texas, these are when the storms start to fire up in western Texas, and then they dissipate, sort of. And then we'll go over one more. So, you can see we do have that high joule. We do have high Cape, but it's not going to be high as much in Texas as it is in Oklahoma. So, actually, I may change my thought on this. I think Oklahoma may be the severe weather area that we have to watch. We'll go into supercell composites. So this is basically where they're determining the best percentage of supercells be. So this is at 18 Zulu on Sunday, so it's just rain. Don't I have a short thing? Sorry. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so these are when the storms are starting to fire up. We got 17, 16 for these areas. So give me 1 minute. Sorry. Which is high. They are predicting we are going to have some big, intense supercells. We are too far out, so I can't look at what the NOAA and the NWS is predicting, which I think is the same thing, but whatever. Now this is when the storms are starting to fire up into Oklahoma. Never mind. So storms are starting to fire up in Oklahoma at 0 Zulu. We do have that high. They are predicting we are going to have some intense storms. 24, 25. Now what we'll go to is Texas. Look at what Texas is supposed to be like. Sorry, give me a second. So, not very high in Texas, but we still have that there in place. Everything's in place for these storms in Texas, but things could change. So, I know this video is kind of sloppy. I'm sorry for that, but so if you haven't yet, please subscribe and like this video. It'll help out a lot. Also, share this video. Share it with people that you think would like weather-related content. It'll help out a lot. Also, and also leave that comment down below. What you think of May. What do you think of May? Do you like it? Tell me why. Do you dislike it? Tell me why. I will get back to as many as I can. So, thank you for watching. This is Landon the Weatherman. Stay safe, stay weather aware, and I'll see you on the next one.